Hey there everyone, today we're going to talk about how to use the Occultist effectively. I know you could immediately say don't use him at all, and I get it, that'd be the easy fun thing, but he can work very well. And the party I have, and I like making named parties, but I actually made this by mistake. It's called the Scorned, which is kind of fun, and if you look at them, it kind of also makes sense on why they'd be called the Scorned, because people are very scornful of the Occultist. So I think it's a very great party name for how people perceive this. So let's just quickly dive into which skills a third row occultist could use, and then we'll try to change up this party to show you front row occultist. So I usually don't recommend it just because of how squishy he is. Pretty much for a third position occultist, his skills can really he really can function really well, pretty much anywhere between 1 and 4, but we're going to keep him right at nice and 3 today. Sacrificial dagger is almost a must-have at position 3. Abyssal artillery, it's not a huge fan of it. It is nice to have in 4, but usually we're going to keep sacrificial on for his actual damage. I like to then obviously have the ability itself to heal. We have vulnerability, hex, and then I really do enjoy the pool. These are about usually the 4 skills I have on. I usually don't play front row because it's just as I said. Great stun though, great stun chance for the critical, I mean. Well, and also, yeah, great stun chance. Only negative drawback, -5 torch, but it's really not that bad. Vulnerability, weakening curse has a time and place, just not in my typical lineup. That's more for bosses. And abyssal artillery, it's inferior to sacrificial stab. So that's what you do right there. There's a couple of things you can put on said occultist here. I'm going to try to not show all the trinkets. So we're going to pick a lot of early ones, not all the boss ones and whatnot. If you have the boss trinkets, you probably know a few that you would put on them. Let's scroll down here. So something like feather, make him go first, and we'll explain why we want him to go first and have a little extra dodge actually. And then of course we want to just help out as much as we can with some of that HP heal right there. Boom. This is going to be the core you build around. You got your damage, you have your mark setups. Now for this, I don't know if we want to decrease dodge. It would maybe make sense to do weakening curse, but at least decreasing the dodge for the leper and hellion is actually pretty crucial. And we have a pool so the hellion and leper can also hit stuff. With the scornful, everyone has a heal. We have 2 targeted heals as well in the back row, so he should never screw you. Now I'm going to skip ahead to about a fight or 2 and show you how this bad boy is supposed to work. And we are going to pop into the ruins today to amplify this party's best possible use. For the intro there, I wanted to be in the lower right, but now we should see the map and all the enemy stuff. One thing you should not necessarily take from me is provisions. I always over improvise and also have way too much money on this campaign playthrough. Literally hit the max 2 billion. So if I don't find a fight soon here we go, we got one fight. I'll take this small fight then skip to the next one because I don't feel like walking around. So let's show how this fight can start, right? We get a nice surprise because of the scout. We could stab, but you know, what's really the point of stabbing? It's about a critical chance. I mean, it's a nice critical chance. They're not eldritch, but what we're going to do is pull this guy forward. And now we can double smack into him. So what does that do? Now we can start DOTing to the heavy guy here. So the occultist has already given us an opportunity to essentially kill off the heaviest damage dealer. And this is where I like my hue, right? Now I can hit both guys. Boom. You kill him, get 11 crit there, take him down to 10 HP immediately. To me, that's such a big deal that I can do 11 critical damage to him, because if I had Purge or something, I could kill him removing a body, but I didn't want that. I wanted to hit this guy one more time pretty freaking hard. Now we can just stab right there. He's going to be dead, so since it doesn't really matter, we'll go for it. We got lucky with that crit heal. We'll just do that, and that actually gives them... It does not, okay. So the weird thing is, if you critical on a corpse but also hit an enemy, you get stress heal, but you do not get the critical buff from it. But Barbaric Yop's always good for a double stun, don't literally get the move, and then we can follow up the Cultist stab. So what you're going to see this party do is it's not going to solely rely on the Cultist as the main heals, but it is nice to have a much bigger heal, as obviously everyone's here isn't particularly the biggest. Here we go, here's a great fight. We got a Madman, Bone Royalty, no one's been surprised, right? This is like quote-unquote nightmare scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go offensive for the sole reason that, see, now I got a choice though. We're going to pull the Madman forward to try to have the Hellion killed. The bone royalty is super annoying. 74, please hit. There we go. See? See, look at that. The Occultist can help out the leper. Now we got the raving man dead. Thankfully, the leper is actually being targeted with all these stress attacks because he can heal them with solemnity. So, that's good. And we're not going to really still worry about that. We're going to finish this person off with that. They die next turn. Now we got these two in the middle. Perfect. We still don't quite need the Occultist yet. So you're probably wondering, and what you can do is 14. Yep, that's essentially the joke of the Occultist. Overheals when he doesn't have to. But it's at least always an option to heal. With the Occultist, you should heal often and early. If you're not healing often and early, you're going to allow yourself those opportunities that you make fun of where you get a crit 0 bleed and then your hero dies. Now you may be trying to heal the whole time. I don't know, I haven't been there. But on the off chance that you don't heal often and early, it does open up the door to one bad case of RNG to lose the hero. You don't really want to lose the hero just because you maybe took one turn where you could have healed but you said nah, it'll be fine. So let's not be that person who says nah, it'll be fine, especially when you know the capabilities of getting zeros with that guy. We definitely don't want to do it. Alright, here we go. We're about to enter this room. So, yeah, just a bone general lancer. Not exactly too big, however, this guy can do a chunk of damage. But once again, watch this. We're going to use the Occultist to pull forward. And this is why, and this is the moment I want to show you why I love the Occultist a little more than the Vestal in most scenarios that aren't like massive boss related. Some bosses, this game just forces you into the Vestal, which is aggravating because it's such a bland character. The Occultist offers so much utility in decreasing dodge, pulling enemies, healing, and its sacrificial stab is actually pretty darn good if you ask me. Once again, heal often and early. You're not always going to get that 20. Don't wait till you're missing 20 HP to hope you get a 20. Once you lose 10 to 15 HP and the battle's near the end, start healing, start healing, start healing. There's no reason not to try to heal. And once again, this is champion level, and some characters have much higher trinkets, but once again, some characters are using. These are low level trinkets. Now, these are high end. Plague Doctor, high end. Hellion, low end, and I believe the Occultist is, honestly, that's probably the middle end. And then I have to double check the leper. I think I gave him... Yeah, I don't want to kill him yet. I want to check the leper. I'm pretty sure I put middle to lower end on him. It's about middle to higher, actually. So we got a great, actually, trinket. We got him from, like, literally some of the intro game to... Yeah, you could debatably argue it's end game. Hey there, we got a bone bearer. Traditionally, now this guy was another shield wall. Let's just say, you know, he's not some squishy guy. But traditionally, you'd be like, oh no, bone bearer. But no, because we have an Occultist, we don't need to worry about that 240% stun resist. We can chop into him for 25 damage, and then we can blight him for 2, and then, you know what we can do? I'm going to let him, well, nah, screw him. Look at that, bone bearer, first turn, boop, gone. With a Vestal, would not have happened. Now, would I build a Vestal with this party? I mean, you could, but I do prefer it with the Occultist, solely on the fact that it feeds the Hellion the leper. You just keep bringing people in. You go, here you go. And honestly, I probably could have marked there. Would have actually decreased the dodge and stuff. Doesn't have a lot of dodge, but it's not like I was going to do that much with the dagger anyways. And I actually should have hewed there. That was a mistake, but we should learn from our mistakes and move onwards. I'm going to skip the end of this fight. You pretty much get it, but once again, I want to show you why the Occultist. Get used to them. Get used to that pull and heal and all that skill. It's actually quite big in what you can get. Alrighty, I just fought a ghoul. I did get the worries though, which sucks. Oh, excellent, we have this fight again. It's almost a watch, rinse, repeat. Actually, since I get to go first, I tell you, I'm actually going to stun up these guys because they're both most likely going to go soon. And once again, we're going to try to get that madman to the front, coerce him a little bit, be like, hey, come here, come here. Now with the Vestal, I could stun him right there, right? But the Plague Doctor already did that job, so the Vestal will be sitting there going like, well, I guess I can stun the shield wall guy. Well, not particularly useful, right? And, oh darn, that sucks. I was about to say, you can watch it, but what we can do here again is actually throw out another double, ooh, ouchie. Okay, good. That's my first actual huge HP loss. Call it fortune now, so watch. 18, getting pretty lucky to be honest, but once again, we're going to do that early. We're not going to wait. And that's where Purge would be a better ability. But you know what? We won't talk about that right now. So we at least got these guys double stunned. He will get to do Tempting Gauntlet onto somebody who can't really stress heal themselves. So you know what? That's why we are in a medium with Firewood Encampment. This party does lack a traditionally strong stress healer, so you do have to watch out for when people do get focus fired. That, or you'll have to bring along a lot of books of sanity. Sometimes you're just gonna have to kind of mitigate, not necessarily heal. This isn't one of my like overwhelmingly best parties, but it does do very well. It's a high octane damage. It has a lot of control. So I would definitely say that this party can get away with not having significant stress heals on everybody, as long as you bring along a medium campfire, you have a couple of encourage abilities, you'll be fine. This party will definitely live through stuff. It just might be a little stressed by the time it leads, but not too horrible. And there are ways to reduce it across everyone. The Hellion and the Plague Doctor are probably the most screwed if they get a bunch of stress on them. But I feel like the Occultist and Leper can probably crit their ways out of some stuff and get some kills. So definitely try to have all of your stress damage go towards these guys. Alright, final fight. And you notice how much I use the demon pool. I could always stab, but here's the thing about the 3rd and 4th position people in a variety of dungeons. They often are not very good in the 1st position. Now there's some people who do sit in the back row that do function fairly well in the 1st. And in those instances, we either just want to kill or start doing damage to them. But the arbalists, sharpshooters. The sharpshooters are not very good in the 1st position at all. So I really enjoy to bring them forward because they have to use their much weaker ability. And these guys in the back row aren't particularly that strong either. So with all that being said, we actually have a great way. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull this guy again. And, oh, he didn't move this time. Well, I was hoping to do enough damage to maybe kill him on the pool, but that didn't work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this one more time. Kill this dude, almost kill him. I say he's got bayonet stab one more time. He's in the back row here, but we'll probably get a double plague grenade killing them. And we've mitigated a lot of damage because we took away these guys, all thanks to, that's right, the Occultist. Now, you could have other damage and stuns go off, but for the most part, I truly believe, and once again, now we're going to start healing often. See, there's our 2. This is why we do often and early, because if we don't do often and early, we end up dying. Now this is my last fight in the dungeon, so we'll be okay. However, I did want to display, even though I'm near the end of the dungeon, if I like another fight in here, I wanted to start healing often early if I didn't have all this food stored up. Now with all the food stored up, I could theoretically just be like, yeah, you know, do I really need to? And once again, with his impeccable speed, we're going to try to stun again, because we don't need to kill right away, right? So let's try for another heal. Let's just say, there, heal you up, nice crit. We're just a little bit stressed. But let's just say I want to heal you. 15, see? Just, it's a numbers game. But the Occultist isn't just the secondary healer. He has a healing ability, but really he should be seen as an actual great utility. So, I'm going to say that before we conclude this dungeon. Just because you have a heal that's can be pretty good doesn't mean that's all you can be. It's definitely something you'd like to think about second rather than maybe doing first. So this is a very safe party if you don't trust. I don't even know why I'm taking this money. I don't need it. Oh, I'm out of torches. Oh well. We're gonna do is campfire just to get rid of the rest of the stress. I think I have. Oops. Oh, I did not get rid of that. Oh, I didn't put on the disease removing one. No, I have it. Ah, the cure. Darn. Can't do that now. Well, there you go. That's something to learn. Make sure you bring along that, because if I would have done that, that means I wouldn't have a... I'll plus 7 stress, sure, do it. That removes stress. I have Revel, that removes stress. There we go. Look, we get out. I could have gotten out stress-free and also disease-free if I was a little smart. If I would have thunk ahead just a little bit. So, that's the Occultist in a nutshell. Vertigo, 2 diseases on her, and everyone else got a... Look at that. Look at that RNG. Ooh, that's a bad one. Alright, well, they are the scornful, so they got scorned on. But, yeah. So, if you're looking for a party, has an Occultist and it needs heal, I would highly recommend that one. Thank you for watching.